just over the past year or so, and that guy, I have to say, is fucking amazing. I have to commend him for his quote-unquote apology, which I just thought was fucking brilliant. If you don't watch Leafyishere, I definitely recommend watching him. He's not really for the faint of heart. The way he says it, he is a little bit hyperbolic, but he's actually pretty fucking brilliant. He speaks his mind. His comedy is a little has a lot left to be desired, but his commentary is perfect. He doesn't hide anything. He never holds back. And recently, he actually gave an apology just to those he felt that he offended, which I thought was brilliant. And because there was this huge issue about whether or not he had kind of burnt a few bridges of people who had helped him in the past. And I just thought it was hilarious because he didn't actually give a real apology. A lot of celebrities, when they offend people or they offend their fan bases, they'll go out and they'll put some half-hearted or hollow apology out, which I don't even know why people even desire that. Like, what the fuck is that doing for you? They go out and they give you a half-hearted scripted apology, and that somehow makes it different? That somehow fucking clears the air for everybody? That somehow changes the game as if they didn't actually do wrong what they actually did? Like if Chris Brown made an apology for hitting Rihanna, are we going to suddenly forgive Chris Brown for the stupid shit he did in the past? No, we're not going to do that at all. I just don't understand people. I really don't understand it. And it was perfect. He did an apology video just a couple weeks ago, and it was fucking brilliant. He kind of just gave an apology to those that he felt he may have wronged that deserved an apology. He didn't do an apology to the fans. It was really kind of an apology that this even happened and how stupid it was that it had to happen. But other than that, he didn't really give a shit, and that was fucking perfect. That's what we need this day and age, where everybody's so uptight and everybody gets offended and everybody's triggered and shots are constantly fired at one another, blah, blah, blah. You insert new username or not username, use new hot buzzword here. That's pretty much it. That's life now on the internet. People getting offended by stupid things that people do that really aren't even that bad. That we can go on about our life living without having to worry about whether or not we're offended by something or somebody triggered us. It's ridiculous. And I don't know. I just thought it was fucking brilliant. If you haven't watched it yet, check out Leafyishere and look for his apology video. It was fucking awesome. I don't think that anybody could have said an apology better than him at that moment in time, especially for what he was accused of. I just thought it was awesome. He didn't care, and he really just wanted to apologize to those that felt that he was, you know, that he deemed worthy of his apology, and that he felt that he had personally offended, that he didn't want them to feel that way, and that if he had, then he, you know, wanted to clear the air that that's not what his intent was. And that's perfect. That's what we need. That's a real apology. It's a genuine apology. Yeah, it's a little bit more of a blanket statement apology. Yeah, maybe it just covers kind of a lot of ground there for maybe a lot of people he may have offended, but who cares? It's none of our business, first of all, who he may have burnt bridges with, or maybe he took advantage of somebody. If you watch his channel, I don't think you would expect anything more of him. He's very real about how he is, and I think that it's safe to say a lot of people that you and I would probably find good people burn some bridges once in a while. I don't think that that's necessarily something that only falls upon bad people, quote unquote. I think everybody can be a bad person once in a while. I don't necessarily think that just falls under one specific YouTuber. But I don't know. That's just me. Whatever you guys think, leave it down in the comment section. If you happen to check out this video, I wanted to talk about Leafyishere today for the most part, and kind of just cover that base. I thought that his apology video was just perfect. It meant a lot to see that there was an apology video that was real, and it wasn't just some blanket statement apology that was half-hearted and hollow. And that's the kind of stuff that we need in this world, especially today. It's genuine people who are real about how they feel and don't sugarcoat things. You know, maybe every once in a while there's a time and a place to sugarcoat stuff, but for the most part you don't have to please everybody all of the time. That's one of the most iconic statements of my life, especially when I was in a band for a while. For me, that was, you can't please everyone all the time, but you can please most people some of the time. And that's perfect. That's, you know, you don't need to worry about impressing everybody. You don't have to appeal to the masses just because the masses want you to appeal to all of them. It's not fair to put that incredible weight on somebody's shoulders as a public figure. It's not necessarily their fault that they're famous either. I mean, Leafyishere basically hopped on YouTube one day and put himself out there and was real for once, you know, and when you look at the myriad of YouTube channels, most people aren't very real. I think that it's safe to say that most of the YouTube channels I watch, like SourceFed or Philip DeFranco, those people are very real. They're genuine about how they feel. They don't ever sugarcoat things. They might say things that aren't as offensive, but they still put their opinion out there, and that's just who they are. Everybody's different on YouTube, and I think that we need to be more accepting of everyone, and including those who may be more offensive than others. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Wednesday's video, to get back to Wednesday, and I apologize again that I missed that day, but Wednesday's video, I wanted to talk about Toby Turner and his kind of rise back up to fame. I've been watching his channel since all of the sexual assault allegations came out last year. I think that was last year. And his channel has grown exponentially since then. It kind of plateaued for a little bit. He started losing subscribers, but now his viewership's going back up. He was getting like 6,000 views just about 6 months ago, and now he's getting about 24 to 40,000 views, which pales in comparison to what it used to be, but it's so much better. But I wanted to kind of go into more detail, but I didn't have enough time to write a script, but I wanted to bring that up. If you guys aren't watching Tobuscus anymore, any of his channels, definitely check him out again. He's back to his old self. A lot of the stuff that he was accused of was proven false, and then there were other things like the drug use and the cheating, which really has nothing to do with anybody, especially if you watch his channel. It has nothing to do with any of the subscribers. None of our business. That ended up being true, but it doesn't change who he is or the YouTuber that we all grew up to know and love. But in the future, I also wanted to talk about, now that I'm back here, is I want to start doing more of these tutorial videos for fucking Elder Scrolls Online, because I've been trying to find like a good tutorial video and they don't exist. Every tutorial video for this fucking game has some guy who's talking about God knows what and using all the lingo for this game that what most people who play like MMOs would know, and I have no fucking clue what he's talking about. So I want to get on here and kind of do a more layman's term and a more realistic beginner's tutorial for Elder Scrolls Online, especially since I'm technically a beginner. I think I'm only like a level 5 or a level 6. So if you guys want a ESO tutorial that's much more comprehensive and descriptive in a way that makes sense, definitely let me know. But I think I'm gonna do it anyway, regardless. Whenever I do these ESO videos. But I said I was gonna come back to this. I haven't yet come back to this. I still need to finish Layers of Fear. But I figured, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just get on here and I'll start playing Elder Scrolls Online. So that's Friday evening. Tomorrow is gonna be the official big video. Friday, every other Friday, is gonna be kind of like a recap like this, and maybe a small segment about a subject I wanted to talk about. But thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, subscribe, hit that like button, and thank you so much for coming to the channel again. Alrighty, guys, have a good night and a good weekend, and I will see you guys tomorrow.